something years ago. Those cold nights in December, and the sound of the falling snow, the fireplace warming us, the VHS movie box, your old broke down touring bus, and not a single cloud in the sky. If I could go back in time, I'd pack my bags right now. If I could play back, rewind, I wouldn't think twice. A pair of jeans and a dusty shirt, we didn't have a dime. No, you and me were poor as dirt, all we had was time. Sneak it out in the night, me playing the Fender and you singing, oh, it's alright. Beating hearts full of lust, shiny stars over us, just a dream guiding us, and not a single cloud in the sky. If I could go back in time, I'd pack my bags right now. If I could play back my life, I wouldn't think twice. A pair of jeans and a dusty shirt, we didn't have a dime. No, you and me were poor as dirt, all we had was time. Bad thing and every good, I wouldn't change it if I could, 'cause it all led us up to this. Every moment, every kiss. If I could go back in time, I'd pack my bag